our first stop on, I think it's the 18th of May. And this is going to be a collaboration of a couple days worth of film, probably. We're at Culver's. And for those of you maybe who don't know, Culver's is a mostly Midwest-based chain. Their cheese curds and their dairy desserts are to die for. Their burgers are good. Marie and the boy and I found this in Rapid City, South Dakota, and I've eaten at them when I can, and they're here in Chicagoland. So we're gonna go in. Of course, I'll film the food because, like all shameless YouTubers, that's what we do. And we'll see what's next. Bacon double cheeseburger, fries. Oh my God, and the cheese curds are to die for. I have a, geez, what do they call these? A concrete mixer. And their Diet Root Beer is on par for me with Diet Mountain Dew. It is absolutely delicious. The only problem is one, they sell it out of the fountain only that I can see, and two, it foams easy. So you gotta kind of stand there a second. But nevertheless, I'm gonna eat. We're at Culver's, and we'll see what's next. Well, my Culver's was $31, which I know you're thinking, Jesus, dude, but I ordered the double bacon cheeseburger, the curds, the cheese curds, and the, oh God, the dairy thing, the pound. Concrete mixer, Jesus. You know, those aren't cheap, and I had delivered a coffee mug yesterday because I forgot mine, and they filled it up for me. Of course, they charged me, but that's okay. So Amy, the GM here, does a good job. Our food was good. It's not cheap to eat, that's for sure. So we're going to press on our day, and I think we're going to Joplin. So, Joplin, Jesus Christ. Joliet. Oh my God, I'm just flubber today. So we'll see what's next. At 2:55 in the afternoon, we find ourselves at the old historic Illinois State Prison in Joliet, Illinois. And you movie type people are gonna recognize this. I'm fairly certain that this is the gate that Joliet Jake walked out of, and Elwood picked him up right here. Though it doesn't look quite the same as it does now. And I'm going to have pipped in the scene where John Belushi walks through the gates. Dan Aykroyd picks him up. And here you go. This is really why we're here. I'm too damn tired to take the tour, so we need to run a couple of errands. But we came down here for this. So, here you go. Here's inside the gate. There's a self-guided tour and I think a paid tour. Our guy in the blue shirt here was very, very helpful. Answered a few questions. You know, I phrased it where I said, I didn't ask, is this the Blues Brothers gate? Because that's too easy of a question. I said, Now, before I even ask the question that a million other tourists come in and ask you, am I in the right place? And he kind of looked at me and said, well, yes. He said, if you're asking if this is the gate where Joey and Jake walked out of prison. And I said, like a million other tourists. So, we're not going to take any of the tours. I am absolutely exhausted today. But I'm glad we came down here. My brother Charlie texted me the YouTube link. I'm going to already have it pipped in. There's actually a lot of history here. And you know what I've said somewhere along the line, you could take we took 5 days. We could take 5 weeks or 5 months. This is why. If I'm ever out here again, I'm going to take the prison tour. But we're not today, and we'll see what's next. As we drive around the back to the west end of the prison, the gal at the tour desk said that this gate is where the majority of the prisoners were released. That they were released occasionally through the East Gate like in the movie, but for the most part, they were released here at the West Gate, which is right here. The city of Joliet was founded in 1852. The prison was first started and completed in 1858, when prisoners were shipped up from Afton, Illinois, which was the site of the first state prison. Joliet was founded in 1852 as a city, or incorporated. The prisoners that came pretty much had to build their own prison. It's been expanded and stuff ever since. In 2002, they pretty much buttoned up shop and sent prisoners elsewhere. There is a prison within about 15 or 20 minutes of here that was built in 1925. So, how you doing? So here we are. This is about all we really came down for. So we'll wander around, and we got some. I need some food, so we're gonna wander around and we'll see what's next. Adlai Stevenson, that we talked about the other day in Springfield, or one of them towns where the beer nuts people were, was the governor here in 1949 when this part of the prison was built. So here you go. You might be wondering, dude, you're filming in the toilet. What's the problem? I think the fixtures are fairly new. You see some ADA additions, but this little hole in the floor and the corresponding bolt holes, I believe, used to be a steam heater. And I was in Missouri with my wife and the boy about 10 years ago, maybe. And I filmed one of these, or I have pictures of it somewhere that I'll look for, and I've seen this before. So I'll put that in if I can find it. We're almost done here at Joliet, and we'll see what's next. This family is from Poland that was walking out when I made my last film. So, you know, of course I welcome them to America and hope they have a good time. So, you know, the Mother Road in 66 draws people from all over the world because of the mythology behind the Mother Road. And bluntly, that's, well, we're here at Joliet for the Blues Brothers movie scene, but, you know, the whole Mother Road deal, people come from all over the world to experience it. The myth and the legend. So we'll see what's next. I will point out in the adjoining overflow parking lot here at Joliet, the donut doers, hooners, as they're called in Australia, and I think in Great Britain too, are out here. You see their handiwork of the of the skid marks of the donuts. I always thought it was expensive, man. Tires aren't cheap. So, but we'll see what's next. As we cruise out the parking lot at Joilet State Prison, this ends our trip to Joilet. You're going to see a couple of pictures here that my brother took. Thank you. It was worthwhile. You should really take the tour here. Thank you for coming by another travel vlog. This is your host, Joe, as always, hosting Life with Yosef. Enjoy your day. Peace be with you, and we'll see you for the next one.